This week on Theorizing YouTube with Alyssa, we will explore the meaning of community and how it is being redefined in the postmodern era with the help of YouTube.
Hey everyone! So, this is going to be my last Theorizing YouTube video ever, as the class is coming to a close and I am graduating from college. Whoop! But before we get to that, I do need to talk about one last thing with you. Community. Now, what is community? I think it's being redefined with the help of YouTube and the internet. And in order to better understand this, we need to see where community came from and why it's so important. So something we spoke about in class is this idea that society can define itself by 4 major eras: the oral, the scribal, the modern, and the postmodern.
During the oral era, or also known as the tribal era, there was heavy reliance on memory because you could only communicate orally. The primary social group was the village, and there was no sense of individuality that we know today. Everyone was part of the community. It was in the scribal era that we see the emergence of written language and how society changed. Many still relied on the church for their knowledge, but individuality started to emerge with the introduction of the printing press. Mass production of different literature was rapidly widespread, which also standardized knowledge in Europe. Community was based either around church or the hierarchy that was brought on by this written language, yet notions of individuality were rising as literacy spread. Industrialization followed the model of mass production in the modern era. Newspapers, radio, television, and film also brought on this notion of mass communication to the public. Individuality becomes very widespread due to diversity of social roles, and people acquire their own unique perspective on the world. People started to move from their tight-knit rural communities in favor for the city where industry thrived. People start to rely more on media as their sense of community rather than those around them. We are arguably in the throes of the postmodern era. We first saw the emergence during the counterculture of the 60s and 70s, but it wasn't until the rise of the internet that we really started to see a drastic change in how our society functions. Community, thought of as something in the past, is starting to flourish thanks to the internet. The individual, shaped from the modern era, is now trying to find communities they can identify themselves with. Many look to the internet in order to connect with others who share interests and passions.
Many people on the internet are becoming involved with fandoms. A fandom is a place where people can come together and share their interests and passions and a love for a book series or a television series or film or even a person. A lot of YouTubers have fandoms. But it's anything that people can come together and they can identify themselves with, which is what community is about, or at least it's what it is being redefined as. One community of a fandom that stands out is the Harry Potter Alliance.
We're going to make it so that all delicious Harry Potter chocolate is fair trade. That's our goal. And we think we can do it because we have regularly done things that seem impossible. So taking on a huge multinational corporation doesn't seem that impossible. I have every confidence in us. And also, we've already broken the internet.
This is the perfect example of what community is being redefined as. It's a way for people to come together over these shared interests and passions. Henry Jenkins talks about this idea of participatory culture, where no longer are the head honchos in big business the ones only producing content. But fans, in fandoms usually, are producing different content. And YouTube is a place where they are doing this. Participatory culture allows fans and users to become involved in their community of choice. So Bronies is a good example of this. People put songs together, put clips together that in the show may not be in order, but it makes sense for the video they're making because maybe they see a love connection that the producers don't, or they want to see a love connection and therefore are kind of using that to bring together their love and show other people. And people are becoming famous for this, YouTube famous, by showing all of this stuff.
I had a secret, I had to keep it. I thought that I was alone. Was I a phony, playing with ponies? Was I no longer a bro?
People would judge me, mock me, and tease me. I couldn't see an end.
Then finally I found them, more from my fandom. A community full of friends.
I'm fine with changing status quo, but not in letting go. Now the world is being torn apart. A terrible catastrophe, played by a symphony. What a terrifying work of art. I can't sit idly, no, I can't move at all. I curse the name, the one behind it all. Discord, I'm howling at the moon and sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. Discord, whatever did we do to make you take our world away? Discord, are we a prey alone, or are we just a stepping stone for taking back the throne? Discord, we won't take it anymore, so take a tyranny away.
This participatory culture adds to the community and allows people to express different things that if the internet wasn't around, if YouTube wasn't around, we wouldn't be getting. It's a great way for people to really connect on various levels rather than just your small knit community, because you may not share commonalities with those people that are 5 miles around you. You might show commonalities with people that are 500 miles away from you. And with the internet, it allows us to connect with those people 500 miles away. In a previous video, I spoke about parasocial relationships and media friends, both terms coined by Joshua Meyrowitz. So just a quick recap, parasocial relationship is the way in which we analyze how mass media can provide audiences with the illusion of face-to-face interaction. Kind of what I'm doing right now, actually. You feel like you're in a face-to-face interaction with me, but you're staring at a computer screen, and I'm staring at a camera, probably days before you even see this. But it's the illusion. And the media friend is considered someone of great popularity who you feel a connection or familiarity towards. Authenticity plays a huge role in how a media friend is perceived as well. In my past videos, I've talked about Hannah Hart being the perfect example of a media friend with her My Drunk Kitchen videos and her coming out videos.
Well, hello. Welcome to My Drunk Kitchen. Why is it foaming? Oh, don't judge a scotch glass by its contents.
Did you? Boo boop. Boo boop.
You know, I thought the same thing, but they're actually not anymore.
When you're raised with the belief that perfection is possible, it's very hard to let go of that. You know, can you love a man the way they love you? Or if you're a gay man or a straight person, you just switch the gender and the sexuality. Like, do you feel that love? No? Maybe that's how they feel. And that's okay, and it's sad and it sucks, but that's why you talk to your friends and you have a good community and all that good stuff.
Hannah Hart shows authenticity really well in both her My Drunk Kitchen and coming out videos. My Drunk Kitchen, she's drunk on camera, and you can't really get more authentic than that. She's funny, she's being silly, goofy, hanging with friends, trying to cook, doesn't always work the greatest. But it's funny, and it's showing some of her front region as well. Front and back regions are two things that Meyerowitz also talks about. The front region is kind of how you portray yourself to everyone, and the back region is some of the things that you might hide from the general public, or you really only show close friends. It's more of your intimate moments and thoughts and different things like that. So the front and the back region is very, very prevalent in Hannah Hart's My Drunk Kitchen, because she's drunk, and that's something you usually don't generally show the general public, and it's not how you normally act in public. And she's funny, she's being silly, and that's her front region, how she wants to be portrayed. The coming out videos, this back region is even more prevalent because she's sharing her intimate thoughts and experiences with coming out in that aspect of her life. It's very, very intimate thoughts. She's sharing experiences, different things like that. In that kind of the front region and the back region shows authenticity in different ways. The front region, it's how you're portraying yourself, and if someone else feels like you're portraying yourself authentically, then that's great. And the back region is a little more authentic because it's really showing people your deeper parts of yourself. This idea of media friends and parasocial relationships is you feel a connection towards these people. They have some kind of impact on your life. Maybe Hannah Hart's coming out videos helped you in realizing your true feelings about yourself. And the biggest thing is that they are relatable. So media friend is someone who you feel a commonality with. And going back to this idea of fandoms in community, is through these YouTubers, Hannah Hart, Jenna Marbles, Grace Helbig, Mamrie Hart, all of these different people, just to name a few, even Tyler Oakley, you can connect with people because you feel a connection with Tyler Oakley, Hannah Hart, Jenna Marbles, and you start to build this friendship with others, and you start to build a community based off of your connections, and that is huge with community.
Community is no longer place-based, it is virtual.
People are individually expressing themselves within communities online. Fandoms are a huge way people can express themselves and connect with one another. YouTube is another way people are connecting. With the idea of the parasocial relationships in media friends, people are connecting with people they don't even know, and they're connecting through the comment section, and different YouTubers comment back to people and kind of interact with one another in a specific way. Another term by Joshua Meyerowitz is this idea of medium theory, how distinct characteristics of each medium may encourage or constrain forms of interaction in social organization. I think YouTube is encouraging interaction in social organization. Just look at the Harry Potter Alliance. They are a social organization that are full of activists in the name of Harry Potter. They're coming together for the greater good. Now you can take that as you wish, Harry Potter fans. But this idea of medium theory, YouTube plays a huge role in this. And YouTube is changing informational boundaries, and there's this shift in individuality and community. And we're seeing community being redefined right on YouTube. It's something that we're going to continue to see, I think, and something that we should pay a lot of attention to, because it can have a lot of good and bad ramifications in any avenue. I only talked about fandoms, some of the more silly and fun things on YouTube, but YouTube has this vast amount of places that you can go within it. So explore it, see how it is, and redefine your community. See ya, everyone.